Season's greetings and welcome to the Hirschfeld Century Podcast. I'm Katherine Eastman, the Director of Archives at the Hirschfeld Foundation.
And I am David Leopold, Creative Director.
Yes, and we are here for a warm and cuddly holiday episode.
Yes, put your blanket around you, pull up by the fire. We are going to celebrate the holidays with Hirschfeld.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, well, it turns out there is a lot more Christmas and holiday-related work than I thought. When we first suggested this idea, the idea was there's not many.
Yeah, well, when I think of Hirschfeld holiday drawings, there's like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
that I think of. I think of the Neiman Marcus Santa.
Yeah.
I think of Treadmill to Oblivion. It's a deep cut, folks.
Yeah,
but we're going to talk about it. We'll be talking about Treadmill to Oblivion. So yeah, there are more. David Merrick. I think of David Merrick, but there are a lot more than that.
Yeah, once I started looking, that's the great thing about the Hirschfeld Archive is once you start looking, you found a tremendous amount of material.
You're going to be able to find it. As we've been doing, this episode will also have a visual companion video on YouTube that you can follow along with as you're listening, or you can listen to it on YouTube. That way you'll be able to see all of the images as we are talking about them. If you don't want to do that, though, as always, the links to the images will also be in the show notes for this episode.
Definitely. So the first piece I want to start talking about is maybe one of the earliest Hirschfeld pieces that we have from 1925. It is a Christmas card he sent to, I assume, his friends, family, business associates. It shows a little boy in front of a steam radiator, and he's saying, "Can't be did."
There's a photo of Santa. There's like a little drawing of Santa in front of the heater.
Right.
And he's saying, "Can't be did. Santa can't come down this heating device."
What do the apartment kids in New York City do?
Yes, that's true. And this one also has, well, he's already doing his signature, like his signature.
But it's got extra.
Yeah, and he's got like this little logo he does. It looks like a Viking like battle axe or something.
Again, almost like a crest type
situation.
But
it's clearly, at least I've always assumed, I've never actually asked, that it's an AH.
I think it's an AH.
Yeah, I think so too.
And his earliest drawings, he signed this way.
Yes.
And then he got rid of that and just kept the Hirschfeld.
AH, it's cool though. So that's a little fun kind of Easter egg for this this postcard.
Yeah. But that is maybe one of the last cartoons you'll see by Hirschfeld. Although a lot of his friends at the time were cartoonists.
Yeah, and this is very cartoony.
But to get into the holidays, the first time it appears in his work, Christmas comes in July, of all things. In July 1936, in the Herald Tribune, a drawing appears. It says "Study Hour for White Christmas." And this is a show that the actor Philip Merivale wrote. And they were trying out at the Summer Theater, the Red Barn Theater in Long Island. And Merivale was a well-known actor. And I think he wanted to be a playwright.
Oh, okay.
And he wrote this play and
called White Christmas, and it was a big hit and got turned into a movie, right?
I'm sure Philip Merivale would have loved for that to happen.
He really missed out. He blew it.
He blew it. Irving Berlin's very happy.
Yes. But this is not that White Christmas.
This is not that White Christmas. This is not your mother's, father's, grandparents', anybody's White Christmas. This was a farce according to the New York Times, on the theme of infidelity, with masquerade costumes, the holiday season, and the sturdy propriety of an English house to give it the look of comic substance. But it was not a very good play. It really never got out of the Red Barn Theater, and it never came to Broadway.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But, Hirschfeld by 1936 is already drawing summer theaters.
Yeah.
And that is the first inkling of Christmas in his work.
Wow.
But then we get into real Christmas. 4 years later, in 1940, he has here are some of the people who will be coming to town this Christmas, and it is a series of performers. They're really it's Santa is wearing a mask.
Is he wearing? Oh yeah, he is wearing a mask.
It's a Santa mask, but he's wearing one.
He's wearing a Santa mask, doing a George Bernard Shaw.
Yeah, he is the puppeteer working marionettes of. It's an incredible collection of people. What you have to understand is Christmas week in 1940 and at that time period was a big time to open shows.
Interesting.
I
guess today we still have movies that come out on Christmas Day.
Right.
That's where that comes from.
Perhaps. But you have Jane Cowell in Old Acquaintance. You have a guy maybe you've heard of, Gene Kelly, in a Rodgers and Hart musical called Pal Joey. You have Jack Guilford, Morris Karnofsky, and Shirley Booth in My Sister Eileen, which would become a monster hit. All the way on the right-hand side, you have Bojangles in a show called All In with Fun. And then, in the first time that they ever performed together, one of the few times they ever performed together, is Ruth Draper and Paul Draper. They were, she was an aunt of his. Ruth Draper was famous for her one-woman shows, her monologues, and Paul Draper was this incredible dancer. And in fact, within about 10 years of this drawing, Hirschfeld would do a drawing of Draper and Larry Adler, who was a harmonica player. And they toured around, and that image was used on posters and handbills and programs and all kinds of things. Paul Draper, I think, was blacklisted, so we don't know, his career was stopped. But it is to see this sort of scene of 1940, 16 years before he would ever use the idea for My Fair Lady, using marionettes, but just the number of incredible performers and productions that would become such big hits. Pal Joey is still being done. My Sister Eileen is not, but the musical based on it, Wonderful Town, is done fairly frequently.
Celebrating the success of Wonderful Town. I was
not a Christmas drawing.
Not a Christmas, but we use it for New Year's a lot.
Yes.
It's a great drawing. Well, it'll be in the show notes now that I said it. So you can check it out. I was thinking too, what is that? Is it an all-star reporter or something with the marionettes? Remember that magazine cover?
Oh yeah,
what is...
it's a Hearst. It's like a Hearst magazine.
Okay.
Or it like shows Hearst.
And operating puppets of everybody.
Yeah, so that is the first time he used it.
Is that, that's even pre this.
That's
I thought that was
1930s.
pretty early. I was just thinking of that. I wonder, that's a good thing we should look up marionette drawings, because it is used. Cameron McIntosh.
Yeah,
producer
manipulates his cast.
Frequently. Yeah, of course, My Fair Lady.
Flo Hooley.
Oh my gosh. Throwback. Yeah, so we should look up marionette drawings.
Actually, even in the original drawing of Oklahoma, in the Ziegfeld Follies part, you have Bill Bayard with marionettes.
Yep.
So,
that would
wow,
be
we could do a whole show on
puppetry.
Puppetry.
Look, we've just come up with something. Puppetry by Hirschfeld. And then that guy with the Friday drawing of that guy, doesn't he have a puppet?
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
There we go.
Burr Tilstom.
And we have Shirley. What was her name? Lamb Chop.
Do we?
Don't we have a Lamb Chop drawing?
I'm not sure
about that. Or I thought,
that.
Was it somebody portraying Lamb? Was it somebody playing her?
I can't say with any certainty.
I thought there was. All right.
But folks, this is how we come up with ideas here.
I can see it in my brain.
And then there is a play you may have never heard of, but you may know the story. It's called The Night Before Christmas, and no, it is not the famous poem.
Okay.
It is actually a comedy written by S.J. Perlman and his wife Laura, and it was a mild success.
Okay.
It is a story of some small-time crooks who rent a business next to a bank.
Yes.
And they tunnel underneath.
We've talked about this before at some point.
It was made into a movie called Larceny Inc. With Edward G. Robinson. But then in the 1990s, Woody Allen made a film called Small Time Criminals.
Yeah, he loves copying Perlman.
Oh my God.
You've heard it here before, folks.
Yeah. Woody, if you're listening, we're on to you. But I do remember when Small Time Criminals came out, and I was having lunch with Hirschfeld, and I'm like, you won't believe it. You know, do you remember Perlman's Night Before Christmas? And he was, of course, remembered that. And I said, Woody Allen's new film is that.
Is that? Oh, wow.
And there's no credit.
And is it like Christmas? Like it's a Christmas?
The Woody Allen film?
Yeah.
I can't say that's at Christmas, but it's the exact same idea.
Right, yeah.
With a lot of the same sort of farcical implications.
Yeah.
And Hirschfeld and I joked about it. And then Hirschfeld was talking with Mel Gusso of the New York Times, and they started talking about it. And then Mel Gusso put in the paper about Hirschfeld saying that Woody Allen had copied S.J. Perlman.
Is this the same guy that printed the stuff about Carol Burnett?
No, that was Alex Witchell.
Different those New York Times, man. Don't talk to them. They'll print anything you say.
I should have told Hirschfeld, don't talk to the New York Times. That would have gone over great.
Hey, don't talk to your employer.
But also in this drawing of The Night Before Christmas, you know, one thing we always see when we post things on social media is people always want to find the Ninas, of course.
Of course.
This is 4 years before Nina is around, and yet there are 3 names hidden in this drawing. One is Lydia, which this would have been for Lydia Freeman, Don Freeman's wife, an artist in her own right. Oriana, that would be Oriana Atkinson, Brooks Atkinson's wife. And then Paula, for Paula Lawrence,
of course. I knew that
he was probably still dating at the time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, wow. Fun.
Although that summer he would go to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and see Dolly Haas for the first time. And that was it for Paula.
Yeah.
In 1942, he does another sort of shop windows full of all the shows on that was opening that sort of Christmas week. And what's interesting about it is this is the very first drawing he ever did of Katharine Hepburn.
Oh, wow.
You know, we just did a benefit for the Katharine Hepburn Cultural Arts Center in Old Saybrook, Connecticut. And if you've never been there, I strongly encourage you. They give over 350 performances a year, and a lot of them are wonderful. So you should go to a show and get there a little bit early, because in the lobby is this incredible museum of Katharine Hepburn. Really a great place. And we were up there, and it behooved me to talk about Katharine Hepburn. And if you had told me that the first drawing that Hirschfeld had drawn of Katharine Hepburn was in a Broadway show that nobody has ever heard of, I would have doubted you. Because I knew that his work appeared in the Philadelphia Story program, souvenir program. This was when it was on Broadway, before it was made into a film. He did not draw her in the role, but on the back page of the souvenir program were blurbs from critics. And Hirschfeld drew portraits of each one of the critics next to their blurb. But that was the closest he got to Katharine Hepburn until this drawing, 1942. And the show is called Without Love. But if you are a Hirschfeld fan, her mannequin, as it were, is right next to Tallulah Bankhead in Skin of Our Teeth. And of course, he had done a wonderful drawing of Skin of Our Teeth. And then next to her are the Luntz in The Pirate. And there is this great drawing. Hirschfeld is at the rehearsal of the Luntz rehearsing The Pirate at what was then called the Martin Beck Theater, and of course now is the Al Hirschfeld. Yeah. So, look, I don't want to list every single person that's in this drawing, but it's fascinating. And Santa's out in front of these shop windows, ringing a bell almost like a Salvation Army person, and he's holding a sign that says "Buy war bonds." But because of course this is the first year that the country had been in World War II. And then you don't really have many Christmas or even holiday-related theater drawings until 1963, when we get a drawing of She Loves Me. And that is based on the film A Shop Around the Corner, which is not strictly a Christmas film, but takes place at Christmas. Yes. And is Christmas generally considered. Yeah. You know, we can talk about Die Hard, whether that's a Christmas film, but I think we can say A Shop Around the Corner is a Christmas film.
I don't know. I've never seen Shop Around the Corner. I have seen You've Got Mail.
Uh-huh.
And
not
it is
the same.
Christmas-y.
And that is the updated version of Shop Around the Corner.
Right, obviously. Obviously,
the
they didn't have
listeners.
email. I'm pretty... Oh, man.
Putting it together here. Catherine
Die Hard, is it a Christmas movie? I think so. I think it's a Christmas movie.
That is perfectly...
The entire thing takes place at a Christmas party. If not now, then when?
Yeah.
You know?
I think most people, though, see Christmas movies
You
as
don't-
sort of celebrating the
Yeah,
holiday.
you don't watch Die Hard though to like get in the Christmas spirit. Like, no, you're not going to do that. I mean, maybe I'm sure there. Oh yes, I do that, but
Yes,
yeah,
there's
no,
always
I hear
someone
what
out there.
people are saying.
But Shop Around the Corner is a charming, delightful rom-com.
Who doesn't love a good rom com?
Yes. They don't make them like that anymore.
No, or You've Got Mail for that matter.
And then the same year, that summer, Hirschfeld visits a rehearsal of a show called Here's Love. And you're like, Here's Love? What is that? And why are you talking about that in a Hirschfeld holiday variety show? Well, because Here's Love is based on maybe the most classic Christmas film, Miracle on 34th Street.
That's definitely a Christmas film.
That is literally a Christmas film.
I thought of that the other day because we were going to watch It's a Wonderful Life. And I was like, oh, is Natalie Wood the little girl in that? And then I was like, oh, no, that's Miracle on 34th Street. But nobody I was talking to knew either of that, nor did they know who Natalie Wood was. So I don't know if they were impressed with my knowledge or not, but I said it anyway.
Hey, it's the sign you're getting older.
Yes, definitely. Natalie Wood references have been on the decline for quite a long time now.
No, I listened to a podcast recently of, investigating her death.
I was about to say, is it about the boat? Yes.
Yeah, that's what people
That's
know
all
her for
people,
now.
yeah, that's what all people know.
But
My father.
In fact, Here's Love. They still do productions of it, but it's no longer called Here's Love. They've actually reverted the title to The Miracle on 34th Street because everybody knows that title. But Hirschfeld drew it in rehearsal. He actually captured the Norman Jewison, who was the director at the time he did the drawing, but would not be the director when the show opened on Broadway.
Is that the director of Fiddler on the Roof?
The film.
Yes. I'm listening.
We are getting all ethnic.
David doesn't think I listen to him, but I actually
convinced.
listen quite well. I actually hear everything he says, unfortunately.
And then it goes out the other ear.
No, Norman Jewison, director of Fiddler on the Roof. The film.
Norman Jewison makes me also want to point out that popular culture is not full of Hanukkah movies or stage shows or anything like that.
Right.
So we are not forgetting Hanukkah. There's just not a lot to talk about in the world of Hirschfeld.
You have explained in the past that it's actually not a major holiday.
No, it's not.
So it's only commercialized because, buy your kids Hanukkah gifts.
Well, like I like to say, Jews don't consider it a major holiday, but non-Jews, it's the only holiday they know.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, because it is the commercialization of it, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's around our gift-giving holiday. Or I say our. It's not
Not yours, David.
I mean, it's us Gentiles.
Yeah.
It's what we're doing the same thing around the same time. So
It's true. And 8 days of gift giving sounds very sexy.
yes,
for a child.
yes. I guess you do have Adam Sandler.
Yes.
You have Adam Sandler. I ate Crazy Nights, that song he does.
The Hanukkah song.
Yeah. But other than that, there's not much.
Never drawn by Hirschfeld.
Adam Sandler? No,
He
I
was
wouldn't
never
imagine.
drawn.
I wouldn't imagine so.
No.
He would make a great drawing. What were we watching the other day? Oh, we were watching It's a Wonderful Life, and there was just some guy standing next to somebody. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy looks like a Hirschfeld drawing. His nose was curly cued. It was crazy. I'll have to find it again.
Folks, if you
Screenshot
work
it.
here long enough, people
You see
start
it
looking
everywhere.
like
It's
Hirschfeld drawings.
the William Saroyan effect.
Yes.
A story I've told very well before. All right, what's next on our theater list?
Well, next, what would if I asked you,
Okay, this is
what
quiz.
was the first Christmas carol that was on Broadway. What year do you think that was? The Christmas Carol, the story of the Christmas Carol.
Oh, okay.
Came
Like
to
Charles
Broadway.
Dickens?
Yes, Charles Dickens.
Okay. Well, it's probably going to be later than I would expect. And I'm not looking at the notes. So I'm going to say 65.
That would be incorrect. It's 1979.
Oh, wow.
And it is called Coming Uptown. And it's an all-black version of the story. And Hirschfeld did a truly incredible drawing of Gregory Hines as Scrooge.
This is a classic Hirschfeld Foundation drawing. This is a favorite.
If we were doing a video podcast, I would ask you to recreate this drawing because Katherine is good on making tableaus of Hirschfeld drawings.
Yep, I do it. I should prepare some for our holiday office party.
Oh yeah,
that's
please.
Coming up. I should do
that
some
should
tableaus.
be the trivia. You should act out a couple of. Let me tell you, folks, our holiday parties are just lit with all kinds of crazy games.
Just wait. I've got 3 days now. I can prepare. I'm gonna do it. That's a great drawing though of Gregory Hines. That is a Christmas drawing.
That is a Christmas drawing.
You're right.
He is literally Scrooge.
Yeah.
And of course, as we often say here at the Al Hirschfeld Foundation, great theater doesn't just happen in New York.
That's right. We're on Broadway.
Yeah. And so we're going out to San Francisco for the next drawing.
Oh,
Beach Blanket Babylon had a character, Santa Claus, and a Christmas tree. And it's a great drawing.
That is a great drawing.
Because it's a sad-looking Santa and a funny-looking tree. And it's wonderful. And he did a lot of characters of Beach Blanket Babylon. The producer of that, Steve Silver, loved Hirschfeld. Had him do a drawing of the whole show in the mid-'70s, and then in the '90s had him do drawings of specific characters, along with a portrait of Steve Silver, which Steve Silver unfortunately passed away, but on his tombstone is his Hirschfeld drawing.
Yeah.
So 2 more theater-related. One is in 1993, he does a drawing, another album cover. It was originally called Cabaret for Christmas, but was released as Cabaret Noel, A Broadway Cares Christmas. And it had all these wonderful cabaret performers, but also Broadway performers, Brian Stokes Mitchell and Karen Ziemba and Howard McGillen, Leslie Uggams, Robert Morse.
These all seem like theater people.
Karen Akers is a cabaret person.
Oh, okay.
And then you also have Kander and Ebb.
Yeah.
Who are certainly Broadway people.
Yes.
And so, here it is, late in the game, and he's still doing album covers. I love that. And then the final piece is the Christmas Carol that most people, if they've seen a Christmas Carol on Broadway, not at Madison Square Garden or some other place, but on Broadway, they may have seen this one, Patrick Stewart's one-person Christmas Carol. He originally does this in 1994, and Hirschfeld draws it. And then he does it again in 2000 or 2001.
Oh, wow.
And in a rare situation, the Times reruns the drawing.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. Because you couldn't improve on it.
Oh, the one from 94.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, yeah, what was there another one of Patrick Stewart?
No, and of course that image
That's
is funny.
I wonder, did that happen ever?
I can't think of another time.
Yeah.
There were times when there's a drawing of They Played the Palace, which is just a composite of several other drawings of Judy Garland.
Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't count.
Weber and Fields.
No, composite doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
I can't think of another time.
Interesting. That's a
where
fun fact.
they presented it sort of as the show opening this week.
I mean, is it so different? Does he look so different?
No, I mean, that's the whole point. He does it all without costumes, really. The image was so iconic when it first came out. It was published as a limited edition lithograph.
Yes.
And
I love
he was
this.
a big fan. I mean, Patrick Stewart was a big fan.
I'm sure. I'm going to steal that trivia question. What Hirschfeld drawing appeared in the Times when this show opened in 1994, and then the Times reran it, what'd you say, in 2001 when the show opened again on Broadway? That's a great trivia question,
Ken
Jennings. Listen up. That's a good question. I learned
For all you
something.
people collecting your Hirschfeld trivia at home.
That's a good one. I did not know that.
And I'm not even touching the shows that have Christmas songs in them. Because there's a lot of them. Annie, Call Me Mister, Flahooly.
Twice in one episode.
It's never going to happen
It's
again,
never
folks.
going to happen again. There's no way.
There's a Rodgers and Hammerstein. Pipe Dream has a Christmas song.
Wow.
Mame has a Christmas song.
Rent is if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, I think Rent must be no, I guess it doesn't all take place on
No.
it.
And strangely enough, most theaters don't do it for Christmas.
Yeah, get you in the mood. Get you in the cheery mood for Christmas. Rent.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to film.
Oh, yeah. Because I think many people will know these.
Yeah. Yes, much more so, I think.
So one of the most iconic Christmas films is It's a Wonderful Life,
Right.
starring Jimmy Stewart. Now, Hirschfeld did not draw the film in 1946 when it came out. But he would draw it 30 years later for IBM.
Oh, okay, that's an
when
IBM
they did
drawing.
that Movies to Remember series,
Gotcha.
and it's this great drawing of Jimmy Stewart with a candlestick telephone. It's a great image. And then for a private commission in the 90s, he does a drawing of Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed embracing.
It's a very romantic drawing.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, sort of near the end of the film.
Yeah, it's happy.
When everything is resolved. And if you haven't watched It's a Wonderful Life yet, you should. It's a great film. Frank Capra directed it. Another movie that is a Christmas movie, although not just a Christmas movie, is Meet Me in St. Louis. You've heard us talk about this film repeatedly on this podcast and its Hirschfeld connection. But of course, it features one of the great Christmas songs, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I've never seen this movie, so I know.
Wow.
I probably should watch it.
You should. You should. Now, of course, maybe the best known Christmas film is White Christmas. Hirschfeld did not draw it, but he gives us a wild scene in Lindy's restaurant in New York with John O'Hara, Mr. and Mrs. Bennett Cerf,
Naturally.
and Mr. and Mrs. Irving Berlin getting together after the premiere, after a preview of White Christmas.
What compelled Hirschfeld so?
It was a
To
piece
draw-
for
yeah.
The column.
Appointment by O'Hara.
And John O'Hara is talking
Yeah.
about meeting up with the Cerfs and the Berlins at
I
Lindy's.
guess so. Just wild. Was Hirschfeld there? I guess so.
He may have been.
Right? I mean, he drew it.
I mean, he knew all these people.
Yeah.
These were people in his world. I mean, he wasn't great friends with Irving Berlin. I think I've told you I found a letter in Berlin's papers where he, when I did a book on Irving Berlin, of course, in 2005. And while I was researching in Irving Berlin's papers, I find this letter that Berlin writes to his lawyer.
Oh, no.
About copyright infringement. And he talks about that cartoonist has written a book called Show Business is No Business. And he thought it was an infringement on his copyright. And he was asking his lawyer to send Hirschfeld a cease and desist letter.
That's hilarious.
Which I'm sure the lawyer did, and which I'm sure Hirschfeld
Threw in the
read,
garbage.
threw in the waste paper basket, and said, "Sue me."
And moved on. Yeah.
Yes. Completely unconcerned.
That's funny.
And of course, nothing ever happened.
Well, wonderful. I'm glad we got to include Mr. and Mrs. Bennett Cerf in this episode.
Yes,
of course.
You would. She was trying to find other ways to get What's My Line. And there might actually be another way.
I did find one that we'll talk about.
But we're going to still keep talking about movies.
Film. So there's no drawing of White Christmas.
No,
there
is not.
Yeah, which is a shame.
It's such a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I would have thought he would have drawn it for one reason or another.
But you know what? There's not even a lot of, I don't know. Yeah, I guess not.
But I don't think he was, I forget what studio, that probably came out through Paramount, so he wasn't doing a lot of work for them. And I think when it came out, it was successful, but it was not like,
of course,
the everybody knows it.
Yeah, of course.
That great film, and just a great story of how it all came together. Then we move all the way to 1970 for a film called Scrooge, in which Albert Finney plays Scrooge. supported by all these wonderful English actors. He did a drawing for the Times. This was not a publicity drawing, but it was a drawing for the Times. And then finally, under movies, in 1987, Hirschfeld drew a Christmas composite for Lorimar.
And what is Lorimar?
So Lorimar was a production company, and this was a composite of all the performers who had been in their shows, were in their movies, that type of thing. And it's a pretty wild collection of people. You got Jane Fonda and Whoopi Goldberg and
Chevy Chase, speaking of Christmas.
Yeah.
And I wonder, is 87 when Christmas Vacation came out?
No, I can't say that with any certainty. Robin Williams is one of the few drawings of Robin Williams.
Yeah. Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
Emilio!
You don't get too many. Max Headroom, which is definitely dating this. You get Sting is in there. And then the most unusual one, at least for me, is Steve Garvey of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Well, you wouldn't, but he was a well-known baseball player at the time.
Okay.
And he must have done something for Lorimar. I can't imagine what the hell he's doing in this.
Wild.
If you go to our website to look under Lorimar Christmas, you will see the piece as Hirschfeld originally conceived of it. There is an image of Jane Fonda on there that is very similar to the Jane Fonda that is in the limited edition etching that was published in the 1970s.
Yeah. Classic.
It is a classic. Jane Fonda did not like that. Well, I don't know who did not like it, but they asked for him to change what she looked like. And so he did a new, wonderful, lovely head of Jane Fonda, which you can see on our website if you look under Jane Fonda. But I think eventually it was inserted into this ad.
Gotcha. But
and
we don't
have
as
ad.
that ad ran with her new head on it.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So that's really all the movie work. I was surprised. I thought there would be a few more movies, but
yeah, because there are so many classic Christmas movies, and
I don't think that was the type of things that publications asked Hirschfeld to draw.
Yeah, and that's fair.
And I think it was a different world. We have all these classic Christmas films, but in like 1965, there weren't that.
Yeah.
Even It's a Wonderful Life. I think goes into public domain. It just, no one thinks, it's just a film that came out. And then I think through TV showings is what makes it a classic.
Sure.
So like Wizard of Oz.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's move on to TV.
Oh, my favorite time of the day.
Now, again, there are just 3 drawings in this category.
Yes. Well, no, there's 4 because Catherine's added one.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's probably the first one.
Why don't you just tell us about that one?
Oh, well, the first one, that I thought of when we were doing TV in Christmas was classic drawing. Now, this is a missing drawing we had, like something we didn't know what it looked like.
Correct.
Of Mr. Fred Allen and Mrs. Fred Allen, Portland Hoffa, on What's My Line with Santa Claus. Writing in, he writes on the board.
He's the mystery guest.
Yeah, I guess Santa is the mystery guest. Yeah, because he's writing in. I think it says Merry Christmas or something. But we didn't know for years what that drawing looked like. And then all of a sudden, one day we get an email. And I won't go into it, but Portland's sister it must have been from her estate. I have to believe.
Her niece.
Okay,
it would have been her sister's daughter.
Yes, right. Had a bunch of drawings of Fred Allen going up and kind of trinkets of Fred and Portland's going up for auction. And this drawing was in there. And so we were finally able to see it. And I was so excited because I love Fred Allen and What's My Line, obviously. And it is actually a great drawing. I have to believe Hirschfeld did this for them to use as a Christmas card.
Yes, I'm confident.
Because I don't think this was published anywhere. No. What would it have been published for?
No, and there was another drawing done probably in another year of Santa Claus falling over laughing, reading Treadmill to Oblivion.
Yes.
Fred
That's
Allen's,
not even the one I was talking about earlier. I was talking about the New Year's resolutions, I guess. I was talking about the yeah. Because Treadmill to Oblivion must have come out that Christmas. And
Yeah.
Santa was, that one of Santa laughing is funny. Holding the book.
Right.
Hirschfeld drawing his own book cover.
Right.
I wonder how often that happens. Redrawing his own book cover.
Quoting himself.
Yeah, but then there's also the Fred Allen with the New Year's resolution list, which I guess is a holiday drawing.
It is a holiday drawing.
Yeah. So there are at least 3 Christmas holiday Fred Allen drawings. But the one of What's My Line is a classic.
First, folks.
The one of What's My Line is great. I did bid on it, and it went over. Unfortunately, the problem was it was in a lot with 2 other drawings.
Right.
And so it went for much higher than I wanted to pay for it. So it was lost to me. But the great news is we got an image of it.
Yeah.
So we can enjoy it still.
We got a high-res file for the archive.
So that was the first TV Christmas drawing. Then we have Junior Miss. Now,
Yes.
and I guess, did Fred die in 56 or 57?
I don't know.
So it was definitely before Junior Miss.
Oh,
so
definitely.
57 is Junior Miss, and we had someone license this drawing a few weeks ago, and so you're going to be able to see this drawing as good as it's ever looked. From a clipping from 1957, and that's what made me think of it the other day when we were talking about this. I was like, "Oh, Junior Miss! They have a Christmas tree."
Now, this
And lots
Junior
of
Miss
gifts
was a
under the
very
tree.
popular Broadway show.
Clearly, because there are several drawings. There's at least 2 drawings
Right.
of it. Yeah.
This is a TV production starring Joan Bennett and Donna Michi, and the action takes place in front of the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's
a
actually
fun
a
drawing.
wonderful Christmas scene.
Yeah, it is. It's literally like just a Christmas scene. You could use it for almost anything Christmassy. Right. Yeah.
Well, and I think that it's because the show aired right before Christmas in 1957. Now, also in 1957, for TV Guide, Hirschfeld did a drawing of Esther Williams, John Raitt, and Dinah Shore for a Dinah Shore Christmas special.
Classic.
And if this drawing sounds familiar and you happen to have come to the Algonquin in the beginning of September, that we had the original drawing of this piece on the walls.
That's a nice drawing.
It is a nice drawing.
But I do love, it's TV Guide, right?
It's
I always thought that was a Collier's drawing.
No.
Makes
Interior of TV Guide.
Close.
And it came out on Christmas.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
And then probably the best Christmas TV drawing. George C. Scott played Scrooge in a film adaptation of A Christmas Carol that came out in 1984. It was on CBS TV in America, but it was released into theaters in Britain. And to this day, it is considered one of the best adaptations of A Christmas Carol.
Wow.
Yeah. He gives an incredible performance. If you haven't seen it, and you know the Christmas Carol story, you should watch this. It's a really good version. Okay, we have been talking stage, screen, TV, and film, but we haven't talked about the biggest star of Christmas.
That's right.
Santa Claus himself. Okay, and now Hirschfeld, unlike the Christmas movies, Hirschfeld has drawn Santa a number of times.
Yes, there are some great Santa images.
Oh, without a doubt. We've already talked about Santa laughing while he's reading
Treadmill to Oblivion.
Treadmill to Oblivion.
Classic.
We don't have a date on this. I think it was done later. But there's this great image of Santa Claus on stage coming out, giving them, I don't know, victory sign, peace sign, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That is a great one. It's a color piece. It's really wonderful. And you can actually see it on Hirschfeld Homestyle.
Oh, do we have that one on Hirschfeld?
Yeah, you can get it. You can get it on pillows and cards and all kinds of things, ornaments. And then in 1983, Hirschfeld does a series of works for Neiman Marcus, a high-end retailer who would put out, and they may still put out, these lavish catalogs. And the owner of Neiman Marcus, Stanley Marcus, was friends with Hirschfeld, and he knew what he wanted each one to be a truly unique experience. And so in 1983, he had Hirschfeld do a series of images of Santa Claus playing panpipes, which is a great image.
Yes, I got that one this year. I made a garden flag.
Really?
It's very cute. It's very cute.
You will be hearing from our lawyers.
I can put it up for you to buy. You can put it up for people to buy if you like.
There's also an image of Santa on his sleigh.
Yes.
That was also done around that time. And then they had Hirschfeld do a drawing of him drawing Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's a good one
so
too.
It's
that's
a classic self-portrait.
And that's a classic black and white. That one's not color.
Exactly.
But that's a good one. This drawing actually also makes me think of the Whoopi drawing and that infamous story of how when she was on stage, she looked out in the audience at, I don't even think it was a preview. It was just a rehearsal.
No, it was a rehearsal.
She looked out and when she went back off stage, she was like, I think I just saw Santa Claus out there and Mrs. Claus was with him too. And was it Mike Nichols?
Yeah, Mike Nichols.
He said, no, that's Hirschfeld. And of course, Whoopi was very excited to meet him. You guys all know that story, but it makes me think of that because, like you were saying, two old white bearded men together, made me think of that a little bit.
And so if somebody ever asks you, is there a photo of Hirschfeld and Santa Claus together? No, but there's a drawing.
But of course, there's always a drawing. There's always a drawing.
But strangely enough, that is not the most famous Santa Claus drawing drawn by Hirschfeld.
No, I don't think so. I think
there is one that has really
transcended,
is become legend. In 1964, 1965, Hirschfeld's doing this series, Unlikely Casting, for Playbill magazine, and he famously draws David Merrick, the abominable showman, as Santa Claus. Stealing the
well,
gifts.
He's really as the Grinch.
Right. It's not said as the Grinch, but it's like the Grinch.
Yeah. I mean, he's up on his tippy toes. He's got his evil face on, and he's stealing the toys.
Exactly.
So, but that's a classic one.
And as I'm sure we've said before, Hirschfeld did not like David Merrick.
Right. Few did.
Right. No, really, nobody did. They all understood that he was a great producer, but he was a very difficult man. And Hirschfeld was having an exhibition of his work, and he wanted the world to know what he thought of David Merrick. So he insisted that this drawing be put in the window of the gallery. And much to his surprise, the drawing was bought. And even much more to his surprise, that it was bought by David Merrick, who took the drawing, added a burning Christmas tree to the drawing, and put it as his Christmas card that year.
So good. I love that. That's the best part of the story.
Yeah.
Hirschfeld was trying to stick it to him. And Merrick was like, oh, this really gets me. Let's add a burning Christmas tree to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe Grinch didn't come out then. The movie's 1966, but the book, of course, is 1957, published by Random House. And didn't Phyllis Cerf recruit Theodore Geisel?
Yes, Dr. Seuss.
To Random House. So we've talked, not only have we mentioned Flahuli twice here, but we've mentioned Phyllis Cerf twice in this episode. You're welcome. Doing the Lord's work out here.
This is what I have to work with, folks.
So I have to believe Hirschfeld, it was a la Grinch that he did Merrick as. It's great. Great.
And so those are the sort of Christmas drawings. But of course, the holidays, as I said, while there's not a lot of Hanukkah that Hirschfeld drew, in fact, I couldn't find any.
Yeah.
There is some New Year's drawings.
Yes.
In 1951, there was a drawing of a revival of Pal Joey. Again, there's another one. Pal Joey's twice in this episode.
Yeah.
Did not expect that to happen.
Who knew?
And for you Blue Moon fans out there, we're not doing it. Just happens organically. We didn't
no,
plan it.
But if not on the Hirschfeld Century podcast, then where else?
Where else?
I don't know. I truly don't know.
Well, anyway, on this Pal Joey drawing, revival starring Vivian Siegel, on the original drawing, Hirschfeld wrote "Happy New Year" above his signature. The Times edited that out, so when it's reproduced in the New York Times, there is no New Year's greeting from Hirschfeld.
Why do you think the Times did that?
Because they were the gray lady. They were very prim and proper and stick up their butts. They that was personal stuff that they didn't think was appropriate for the paper. I'm sure that's what it was.
The paper is no place to send hidden messages to your girlfriend back home, Hirschfeld.
Or evidently your friends and family.
Yes.
He did do a drawing of New Year's Eve. And look, this was a New Year's Eve party that you might have wanted to go to.
I know all of these names, so that's big.
That only means you've been working here for 12 years.
I should know everybody should know a lot of these names.
Well, if you're going to go to a party and Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis are there, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Bob Hope is going to be pretty funny.
Perry Como.
Dinah Shore might sing a few songs. Or Perry Como, who's in the drawing. Martha Ray, well, she is going to be laughing up a storm, cackling perhaps. And Milton Berle, well, Milton Berle is going to be telling a few jokes. Romancing a few of the ladies.
So this is just like what is this for?
I think it was an ad for like an early TV, New Year's Eve.
Like a special.
Yeah.
You think it was like a special?
I think it was.
Gotcha. And then before we move on, I mean, I mentioned these earlier. The Fred Allen New Year's resolution list, which we always like to post for New Year's, so you can fill out your New Year's resolutions on Fred Allen.
Yes.
And then the celebration.
And just so you know, we have a version of this.
Oh, yes.
In which Nina has
written her New Year's resolutions in.
And she was probably 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah. And the one I remember is to see Mary Martin and Peter Pan.
Yes.
That was one of her New Year's resolutions for, I think it was 1955.
Yeah, well, it was 54, 55.
But yeah. So there you go. That's when Tremble to Oblivion came out.
And she would get that. That was a resolution.
I'm sure. I have no doubt Hirschfeld was able to fulfill that New Year's resolution for Nina. I have no doubt. And then the other one that is not a New Year's drawing, but we like to say is a New Year's drawing, is the celebrating the success of Wonderful Town.
That is not a New Year's drawing.
They are lively, they are happy, they are laughing, they are popping champagne.
It is true.
It has the feel of a New Year's drawing.
That would have been a nice party to go to.
Oh, I bet. Well, based on the drawing, yes.
Yes.
It looks like a great
Leonard
time.
Bernstein.
Yes,
and,
it looks very fun.
Compton and Green.
Yeah.
And oh, yes.
All right. And then our last New Year's drawing is the White Whale, as it were.
For TV Guide collectors.
For TV Guide Canada. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Brooke Shields, and David Hyde Pierce.
All with champagne glasses.
That's true.
This came out in December. This is the only drawing of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Interesting. I didn't know.
And the only drawing of Brooke Shields.
Okay. Makes sense. David Hyde Pierce, of course, would be in the Frasier drawing.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And he's in another drawing as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
This TV guide is very hard to come across.
Have you ever gotten it?
After many, many, many years of looking, I mean, I will periodically check eBay for this TV guide, and it's just never there. I have every other TV guide. Now, just recently, finally, I went on one day randomly.
Found it.
There it was.
Wow.
There it was.
Folks, don't give up.
Don't stop believing. All I have to say.
While there's no drawing of this related to New Year's, there is a Hirschfeld connection to New Year's.
Of course.
For many years, he and Dolly hosted a New Year's Eve party at their house.
Yes.
For their friends, but of course, their friends were legion.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out their friends had friends. And as Hirschfeld told me the story, they had the party for like 10 years. And in the 10th year, or however many years they had it, Hirschfeld told me that at these parties, he would act as the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was his way to make sure that he saw everybody.
Yeah, no, that's
smart. And he was also that kind of person.
Yeah.
That wasn't beneath him. He enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
And the party had gotten so big, and there were all kinds of people there that Hirschfeld had no idea who they were. And in fact, one of these strangers come up to the bar to get a drink and says to Hirschfeld, not knowing who he is, "Man, this party's crowded." And Hirschfeld said, "Yeah, you want to go somewhere and get a drink?" And he's like, "Sure." And they leave.
That's
Hirschfeld
awesome.
leaves with this stranger
He doesn't
to get
even
a
know
drink.
who it is.
And that's when he decided not having a New Year's party.
The parties are too big. Nobody knows. If you can't recognize the host of the party, yeah, that's bad. Or you don't even know who you invited or who showed up. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. So
not to connect everything to What's My Line, but here I go again. There is an episode where it's a mystery guest, and I need to find the episode again, but there's a lot of episodes where they're trying to guess the mystery guest, and I'm pretty sure Dorothy thinks it's Hirschfeld because she says something, I forget what question, and then she asks, do you have very famous New Year's Eve parties? And the answer was no, and so she was like, oh, okay. But when I listened, whatever the other thing she said was, it made me believe that she thought it was Hirschfeld.
Right.
Which would totally make sense, and he would have been great on it, and everybody would have known him. But
why didn't they have him on?
I know, it's a great, especially because he was such good friends with Fred.
Right.
You would think, but I'll have to find that episode again. I'll work on it. But I do believe, but that was because of that New Year's Eve party comment that I thought that.
Yeah, the parties were. And everybody was there.
Yeah. I'm sure.
They were there. But there's no real photos of them, and it's a shame.
Yeah,
it was
I've seen photos where it's like a lot of people in the house, but you don't really know, and they're not even really good.
Right.
Yeah.
And having spent a lot of time in that house, to see it just cram with people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it was fun, but it wouldn't have been that fun to be
it's
crammed
not
in.
I mean, it's in New York. The house, it's not a huge house.
I mean, it's bigger than most people have in New
York.
Right,
but it's still a New York City.
It was totally filled.
Oh, fun.
So the last piece we're going to talk about is really a surprise.
It is a surprise because it's not on the list.
No, it is. It is not a specifically holiday drawing, but it is a drawing that took place, appeared in the holiday season.
Sure.
An iconic work.
Very iconic.
That was so good it was published as a limited edition etching.
Mm-hmm.
I am talking about Elvis Presley.
That's right.
In his 1968 comeback special.
Classic. One of my favorite things.
You're not alone. Hirschfeld thought that image was so good that in his subsequent drawings of Elvis Presley, he almost always referenced that drawing.
It was some sort of,
he had gotten
ode to that, yeah.
He was the first to draw Elvis
that's
in 1956.
right. First to caricature him, yeah, that's right.
And he's there drawing his comeback.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it is, when I say it's iconic, that literally is the definition of it.
Oh, it's a top drawing for sure. Yes.
Right.
Now, I'm biased. I do love Elvis and Hirschfeld, but that is a classic drawing.
Yes.
It's great. Totally good.
And I'm happy to report, and you are the first to hear, that it will be included in the next Hirschfeld book, which is Hirschfeld's Icons, that is going to be published by Abrams Comic Arts in 2026. It is the follow-up, the second in the series from Hirschfeld Sondheim.
That's right.
Which has proven to be very, very popular with people. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. We have been crisscrossing the country, spreading the gospel of Hirschfeld Sondheim. And let me tell you, we have a lot of converts. Mm-hmm. A lot of people who have decided that that's a book that they needed to have. And we are grateful for that. Well, guess what? Here's another book you're going to need to have. It's really great. We'll do the official announcement in January, but if you listening to this podcast, you are getting the preview, the early news.
Yes.
So, and you can share it with your friends if you want.
And you're like, what does Elvis have to do with Christmas? Well, nothing really. But my coworkers came to me with this Elvis drawing saying, oh, of course, his Christmas special he did. And I was like, this is not a Christmas special. So if you're only getting your Elvis information from Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, the 68 special was not really a Christmas special, although he does sing Blue Christmas.
I hear that's a very good song.
Yeah, well, I think it's a classic Christmas song.
Yes.
But he does sing Blue Christmas in it, and it was December, I think it's like December 3rd, 1968, and so it is like a holiday. And my coworkers also told me possibly it was first conceived as a Christmas special, and it had more Christmas in it, but that was cut out. So that's how we got from Christmas to Elvis. I just felt like that wasn't clear.
Yes. To you.
To Icons, to the Hirschfeld Icons poster book, which I have been saying, to explaining it to people, I'm saying everyone from Hemingway to Madonna.
Right.
Because I feel like that is the breadth. Is that a word?
Yes, the breadth and depth of the book.
Yeah.
You could say Chaplin to Madonna.
But that's at least in the same field. Hemingway is literary.
Yes, that's
you know,
true.
like not entertain. I mean, it's entertainment.
Oh.
It's one of the 7 lively arts, but not.
Let me tell you, this is a very diverse group.
It's very.
Of icons.
I think Hemingway and Madonna are the most diametrically opposed in the book.
Okay, so I'm gonna reveal another icon in the book.
Oh, okay.
Lassie.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
But that's like it's still entertainment. But that's a good one. Lassie's good. Lassie's good.
Lassie is.
I'm sticking with Hemingway. I'm sticking with Hemingway and Madonna. That's my favorite.
That is perfectly fine.
And if you want a Hemingway poster or a Madonna poster,
right,
you're ready for this book to come out. It's already on our website for pre-order.
The best way to do it.
That's
Make sure you get it as soon as it comes out.
And that will be a signed copy by none other than David Leopold.
The one and only. Actually, there's a lot of David Leopolds on this planet.
That's true. That's true. There's one not far from here, is actually.
Yes, there's one. Literally.
That sometimes you get phone calls for.
Yes.
So, yes, Hirschfeld's icon. You heard it here first.
So, look, folks, this has been an extraordinary year for the Al Hirschfeld Foundation. And we want to thank everybody who made it extraordinary.
Yes.
As we've been going around giving presentations, doing benefits for theaters, opening exhibitions.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who came to all of our exhibitions this year.
Yeah.
Whether it was at the Algonquin in New York, where we met so many Hirschfeld fans.
Terrific. That was
people
terrific.
that listen to the podcast too. We were like, what? People listen to the podcast? That's crazy. We met so many people there. Or you could have come to our one in Pennsylvania.
Right.
We met so many Hirschfeld people there. And then finally, the one we had at Stuart Ing's bookstore out in California.
Right.
You guys got to see some great artwork, really up close.
Right.
Unframed, original drawings. That's a treat. And so it was a pleasure to meet. We love meeting people because we love talking Hirschfeld and hearing your Hirschfeld stories.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's always so fun for us. Always so fun. So thank you to everybody who supported us in any way throughout the year. Whether you bought a Jerry Garcia mug or you came to one of our events, we thank you.
No, and when you buy something from the foundation, you are supporting the mission. It is not. Catherine will be the first to tell you that she's not getting more money or a bigger car because of her work.
No. We are doing it because, it is a job, sure. But we love Hirschfeld and we love sharing it with you. That's why we're here. Yeah. Absolutely. It's easy.
And you allow us to support a lot of theaters all over the country.
Yes.
And we're really grateful for it.
Yep. Yeah. And before we sign off, while we're thanking everybody, we did want to throw in a little extra gift, which is a kind of behind the scenes detail that Squigs wrote on one of our posts on Facebook.
Correct.
Doug, our media director, had posted Mary Darcy in Singing in the Rain.
Great drawing. Which
is a great drawing from what, 84?
85.
85. Great drawing. She's got her hands up. The great thing about this drawing is it doesn't really matter who it is or what the show is. It's just a great image.
Yeah.
And David loves this drawing.
Love it.
David loves this drawing, and he always has. It's like, is that what we used for that original was in the Hirschfeld Century exhibition?
It was. I wanted to make it a signature image.
I was going to ask, was it the signature image for the 80s? But that was Whoopi.
Yeah.
We used Whoopi for 80s, right?
Right.
At the front. But it's a great drawing. And so on the Facebook post, David tagged me and said, Catherine, I think this is my Duke McHale.
Yeah.
Which, of course, means nothing to no one, to everyone.
To two people.
And so Squigs responded to that comment, I need to know this story. I need to know what this means. So Duke McHale, look it up. It'll be in the show notes now or on the visual companion. It is a beautiful drawing from Babes in Arms in 1937.
He was a dancer.
There's 2 drawings of him in this show, but the single portrait of him is he's just dancing. He's just leaping across the stage.
It's in the Hirschfeld Century.
It is, of course, it's in the Hirschfeld Century and in the book, yes. Yeah. And it's just a classic Hirschfeld drawing, and it's so early from 1937, but by this drawing, like, you can see it could have been drawn anytime. It could have been drawn in 1999.
Already like a one-line wonder.
Yeah, it's already perfection, and it is so good. And no one knows who Duke McKayle is.
Nobody.
He did hardly anything. Fun fact, his last Broadway show was Are You With It?
Right.
Which is the show that has the first Nina drawn in it. But so Duke McKayle's a nobody. No one remembers him. But this drawing is so good. And I will often use it in our Hirschfeld Century presentations when David starts talking about how viewers see Hirschfeld's art today,
right,
which is art first and personality second. They don't bring like, oh, Carol Channing was so good in Hello Dolly, and they don't look at that. They're looking at the art first, and David will equate it to Toulouse-Lautrec's drawings of Jane Avril, those famous Moulin Rouge posters. We don't know what Jane Avril actually looked like, or how, we don't know if he really got her, but we appreciate that for art.
Right.
And so I'll put up a Jane Avril drawing, but the Duke McKayle drawing, I always like to put up then, because I know no one knows who Duke McKayle is. And so no one is going to see that drawing and first go, oh, Duke McKayle. No one's going to say that. Or Babes in Arms. No one's going to say that. Everybody looking at the presentation is going to see the art first in that one.
Right.
And I think it's just a really good image to kind of show people what we're talking about. Like if you were to show Liza Minnelli, that beautiful Liza Minnelli and Minnelli on a Minnelli drawing, people would know it's Liza Minnelli and they'd think of that first.
Right.
That doesn't happen when you put up the Duke McKayle drawing. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter the show. It is a beautiful Hirschfeld drawing. So David was saying that Singing in the Rain, that Mary Darcy, that would be his.
Exactly.
His Duke McKayle, his Jane Avril.
Right. It's a great drawing of a showgirl.
Yes. Right. Right. You have no idea who it is.
It's not important.
No.
You look at this drawing and it is so captivating.
Yeah.
And every time I see it, I think, oh, God, that's good.
It's a good drawing. It is a great one. Yes.
So those are the drawings that the foundation has to worry about missing. We do frequently check Catherine's bags before she leaves, because the Duke McKayle drawing is relatively small.
It is actually very small.
She has lots of big bags.
We have that original drawing, that Duke McKayle.
The Mary Darcy drawing would be a lot harder to take.
Yeah, that's a Friday drawing. That's 22 by 28.
Yeah. And it's just very big, but it's beautiful, and
it is a great drawing.
I just need very little excuse to put it in a show.
Yeah, no, it is a great one. So that is the meaning of this is my Duke McKayle.
So Merry Christmas, Squigs.
Yeah, well, and I thought that's a fine story to tell anyway, because you can kind of hear what we're talking about. We're talking about the art, not the person. So.
And these are gifts that we get almost every day. I mean, we love looking at the work.
Oh yeah.
This is not. It's not like, oh, another Hirschfeld drawing. It's like, wow, another Hirschfeld drawing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So we love the work. We're glad that you love the work. If you want to see more of it, go to alhirschfeldfoundation.org.
We also go to our Facebook group, too, which is where we have lots of discussions. People post their Hirschfelds or things they found. One of the I would say, actually, if we're doing like a year wrap-up, one of the highlights, I can think of two from the Facebook group that both have happened in the past few weeks. We had someone come to us with a drawing that we had no idea who it was. A
woman bought a drawing at a thrift store.
Right.
And asked if we could identify it for her. And when we got the picture of it, we had no idea who it was.
And it was clearly a commission. We can just tell, this is someone who was drawn for themselves, or for
this was not published.
No, it's not a Times drawing. It's not a show. It's not a movie. It's someone commissioned this portrait of someone.
And we looked at it, and
those are hard to identify.
It could have been anybody.
Could be anybody.
So we put it on the Al Hirschfeld Foundation group on Facebook. And it became the most popular post we've ever put up.
Yeah, and within, I don't even know if it was 12 hours.
Right.
I mean, because it was overnight. We posted it at night, you posted it.
Just
and by the morning, I woke up in the morning, I looked at it, and I was like, 500 comments? What is going on here?
Oh, because we asked people, could they identify it?
Yeah, who is this?
Somebody wrote in, really within the first couple of hours, who correctly identified it. It was a director and stage manager, Brian Young. And He had done a national tour of Annie. He eventually ended up in Kansas City, and for nearly 10 years ran a theater there. And people had these wonderful stories.
Oh, yeah.
About
But
Brian
like
Young.
this one guy identified. Like
Yeah.
he was the first one that was like, I know this person. I worked with him and it's definitely him.
Right.
But then everybody, like so many other people started commenting that they also worked with him. And he used it on his stationery. And
Right.
like, it was really wonderful. Like I felt like all these people also kind of came together and like remembered him for a moment. Like it was really special.
And and it got shared by all these people because people wanted to, it was a mystery.
Yeah.
And they really, people came out of the woodwork. And then to hear the stories of Brian Young, who was not a marquee name.
Right.
Probably didn't get all the credit he deserved. And to hear these wonderful stories, it's just like one of the fabulous people that make the theater such a great place.
Yeah. I'm going to tear up. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
No,
really
it was really, it really made me feel good.
Yeah.
And I think it made a lot of other people feel good.
Absolutely.
And so the Al Hirschfeld Foundation group, I've got to give a shout out. What's the other one you were thinking of?
Oh, the tattoo that somebody posted the other day.
Wow.
It was beautiful. It was comedians. It was Chaplin. Was it Buster Keaton?
Yep.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah,
and I think there's one other.
Who would be in the Harold Lloyd now?
Here it is. Groucho.
Oh.
With Groucho in the middle. It is I won't say this man's name because if he doesn't want to say it, I don't want to say it. But it is a beautiful tattoo. Beautiful tattoo of classic comedians. And so go there, just type in tattoo, it'll come up. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful.
If anybody listening has a tattoo of a Hirschfeld drawing,
oh yeah, post it.
Please either post it in the group or send it to info@alhirschfeldfoundation.org. We collect these pictures.
Yeah.
There are some wonderful Hirschfeld tattoos out there.
I've always said like I wouldn't get one because I don't think you could do like it just wouldn't look good.
Right.
This tattoo has made me question that. I'm like, maybe I should get a Duke McHale tattoo.
Yes.
I'll be the only person in the world with a Duke McHale tattoo.
Yeah.
That would be cool. But it looks amazing. So we love the group. And thank you to everybody who contributes.
And there's another frequent contributor to the group posting things that we don't have. But also, I mean, he's helped us in so many ways. Jay Polk.
Oh, well, he's basically an employee.
We're not paying you, Jay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, he's basically family. Jay Polk is great. Adam Fortner is always posting in the group as well.
We're really.
If I haven't said your name, we still love you, and please contribute. We have a lot
it's
of
so
fun.
great. We created the group so people could share Hirschfelds that they had or they found someplace.
Yeah.
Somebody posted recently a TV Week cover of Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley saying, "Is this by Hirschfeld? And if not, who is it?" And of course, everyone said it's not Hirschfeld.
Yeah, it's definitely not Hirschfeld.
But I was able to post, I said, yeah, but this is what it would have looked like if Hirschfeld drew it because Hirschfeld drew it.
Yeah.
And so it's a fun group. And then Jay was also really helpful when Diane Ladd died recently. We had something in our database that said drawn, and we didn't have any record of it. We didn't have any picture of it or clipping of it. Jay Polk finds the clipping.
Of course, he always does.
And posts it. And,
he always does.
Which we're grateful for because we like to honor the people who have passed.
Absolutely.
And you can look for it on December 31st. We will release our memories video. That will be a slideshow of everyone who was drawn by Hirschfeld that has passed this year. And it's always an incredible collection of individuals. And it's one of the most popular videos that we release every year. So you make sure you take a look for that. That'll come out December 31st. We wait until the very last day because on 2 different years, Betty White died.
Betty White and then Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
And David said, "No, Catherine, you got to post it before." I say, "No, what if somebody dies on the 31st? But Betty White, 2 titans, Betty White and Barbara Walters. And so since that point, I have convinced everyone to not release the Remembers video until late at night on the 31st, after dinner.
So
on
Doug
New Year's
could
Eve.
be going to a New Year's Eve party,
Yeah,
but instead he's got his finger over a key on this computer ready to release the video.
And while you're
Thanks,
celebrating
Catherine.
at your New Year's Eve party, you can watch this very sad video we
Yes,
put out every
that's
year.
what everybody
Great,
wants to watch
thank
at New
you
Year's
so
Eve.
much.
Oh, these are people who died.
All right, let's wrap it up here. Head to our website, alhirschfeldfoundation.org. Our shop, of course, Al Hirschfeld Foundation shop.org and Hirschfeld Homestyle.
.com.
Okay, hirschfeldhomestyle.com. We are on all of the social medias, Al Hirschfeld, and our YouTube, Al Hirschfeld Foundation as well.
And we're on TikTok now.
Oh, and we're on TikTok now. I'm telling you, 35. I'm too old. I forgot we were on TikTok.
But folks, she's running. She's running for president.
Oh, that's right.
In 2028,
that's right.
she's eligible now. What the world needs is a What's My Line president.
That's right. I forgot about TikTok. No, I don't have TikTok because I know myself, and I will get sucked in immediately. Instagram is bad enough. So yes, we're on TikTok now, Al Hirschfeld, and Doug has put out some great videos so far.
Yeah, no, really
we love
great.
it.
And
So
Doug
you.
is the ghost of the machine here.
Oh yeah.
If we're doing something great that you've seen, there's a pretty good chance that Doug has done it.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for a wonderful 2025 from the Al Hirschfeld Foundation to yours.
Happy holidays,
Yes.
whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, just have a great
Happy New
end of
Year.
the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see you when we do.
Thank you.